Hooray, hooray, the 1st of May, and the Tribe's just 2 games off the pace in the tightly packed AL Central. Last night it was offense, and lots of it, that led to an Indians win and Cliff Lee's league-leading 5th victory of the season. Can the Tribe keep the hits coming and take 2 out of 3 from the Mariners? Paul Bird hopes so, as he seeks his 2nd win of the year, next on Sports Time Ohio. On a beautiful night for baseball in downtown Cleveland, Ohio, the Indians and the Seattle Mariners put the wraps on this 3-game series here at Progressive Field. Hi, everyone. I'm Matt Underwood alongside Rick Manning. Indians and M's both battling for a series win tonight. Indians trying for just their 3rd series win of the season as we turn the calendar to the month of May tonight. Rick, as the Indians offense has struggled this year, the one constant through all of it has been Victor Martinez.
And that's why Victor is going to remain in the middle part of this lineup. Being a switch hitter, he's going to be able to protect whether a right-hander or a left-hander hits third now that Travis Hafner has moved out of that slot, at least for tonight. But Victor, they've got to find a way to get him more at-bats with runners in scoring position because he hasn't had enough opportunities. The way he hits, he'd drive in a lot more runs with the more opportunities he gets.
All right, Paul Bird goes for the Tribe tonight. Rick, he suffers from some of the worst run support in Major League Baseball, and that's one of those things year to year. You never know how that's going to play out. But it doesn't seem to affect the way he pitches, whether he gets a lot of runs or whether he doesn't.
It does not face him. He has been amazing. Although he did start his first 2 starts, he did not have his control. But in his last 2 starts, he has gone 77 batters, again without a walk. So he's back on track. Now the offense has got to try and give him a lead early because he's about a 6-inning pitcher guy, 80-pitch guy. And once he hits that point, then he's going to be out of the game. So see if they can get him some runs early.
Miguel Batista on the hill tonight for Seattle. Should be a great matchup as the Indians try to take 2 out of 3 from the M's. Back with all the play-by-play action next. This 3-game series. Paul Bird finishing his warm-up tosses. Here's the Mariners starting lineup, provided by Ganley BMW. Experience the ultimate driving machine at Ganley BMW in Middleburg Heights. Ichiro Suzuki leads it off, followed by Jose Lopez, then Raul Ibanez. Always a thorn in the Tribe's side, hitting third. Adrian Beltre, Jose Vidro, Richie Sexton in the middle. Just called up Jeff Clement. He will catch and bat 7th, and Vladimir Valentin hitting 8th, and Unieski Betancourt will bat 9th. I'll take a look at today's Serpentini Chevrolet starting pitcher of the game. It's Paul Byrd with a record of 1-2, making his 6th start of the year in his career against the Mariners. He's 6-3. He was 0-1 last year. So Paul Byrd, though, is coming off a couple of very good starts. He's had excellent control. We'll see if he can keep that going tonight. The defensive lineup is brought to you by Progressive Insurance, proud to be the official auto insurance provider of the Tribe. It'll be DeLucci, Sizemore, and Gutierrez in the outfield. Blake, Peralta, Cabrera, and Garco on the infield, with Martinez behind the plate. Umpiring crew tonight: Larry Vanover to call the balls and strikes. Mike Everett at first. The crew chief Tim McClellan at second. Mike DeMuro down at third. Paul Byrd into the windup, and tonight's first pitch sails outside, ball 1. "75 degrees our game time temperature." I can't believe it. It's even warmer than you said yesterday. Yeah, but what did you say about that? I said you're crazy. That's right. And you are. You might be right, but you're still crazy. That's right, I am. Ground ball to short. Peralta has to hurry. Does, and just gets him at the bag. 1 away. Check out our injury report tonight, courtesy of Nuremberg Paris. Justice for the injured since 1928. Call 1-888-JUSTICE. Joe Borowski will accompany the Indians on their road trip coming up to New York. He will throw off the mound for the first time at that particular time and could be back in as little as 2 weeks, depending on how things go. So that's good news. Also, Shin-Soo Choo continuing his rehab down in Florida. He's up to playing 6 innings at a time and then DHing on the alternate days. And he could be headed for a rehab assignment at AAA Buffalo. You know, it's funny when you say he's playing 6 innings and you're thinking, man, only 6 innings, but you don't realize what it's like when you're coming off surgery like he had. Long fly ball, right field. Gutierrez, middle of the track. Boy, the ball is carrying much different today, isn't it? I was just going to say, if you're an outfielder, play deep, or play deeper than you have been. 2 down for Raul Ibanez. But yeah, and you're talking about Choo, who's coming off Tommy John surgery. So for an outfielder, you're coming back from that elbow surgery, and you don't want to overdo it right out of the box. So, well, it takes time. I mean, you have to be patient. And anybody that has surgery realizes to come back and play at a competitive level is crazy. So it certainly takes time and dedication. Raul Ibanez 2 for 10 in the series. Brady Sizemore has to play it on a bounce. That ball was sinking hard and fast. And Ibanez has a hit with 2 down. They have 2 guys in this lineup today that have the highest career batting averages off Paul Byrd. Ibanez is one of them. He's number 2. He was only hit .565 coming into today with a double, a triple, and 2 home runs. Well, he gets a base hit there. The other one is Vidro, who's hitting .571. So Ibanez continues his. Look at that, the numbers. That's pretty good. Those are little league numbers. Yeah. But, you know, everybody has a guy like that. As a hitter, you think, okay, I know I'm going to get a couple hits. Or as a pitcher, you know the guy's not going to hit you. Mm-hmm. It seems like it always comes down to comfort. Whether it's the hitter against the pitcher or the pitcher facing that hitter, they just feel comfortable going at him. And then there's some guys, I'm sure there are pitchers that tell you there are some guys that feel like I could throw it anywhere and this guy's going to hit it somehow. Yeah, it doesn't matter. That's true. You just hope they hit it at one of your fielders behind you. The 0-2. Ibanez was checking for his own. I mean, Beltre. Like he was pointing down. You know what he went to do? I think he was helping whoever was on first base just to stay put. Yeah. But he ended up pointing. So he wanted to check his own swing. Did I go? Yeah. No. He did that time. Let it go foul. It's going to just go foul in front of the bag.
only chance you have right there is hopefully it hits the grass and trickles foul.
Bird quickly getting Beltre down on the hole, and he really had him fishing for that pitch just to stay alive.
Watch it catch the edge of the grass. Now kick. And that's what you hope for. Sometimes now, where was it, Matty, where the ball stayed right on the line and it went for a base? At Kansas City, I believe, on a swing, and somebody made a swing, and that ball just hugged the line all the way out.
There goes the runner. Throw down to second. Oh, they got him. From me to you. Ibanez gunned down. A good strong throw by Victor Martinez. And the inning is over. Mariners do not score. Indians coming to bat. Let's get to the Indians starting lineup tonight. Presented by Rico. Move your ideas forward with Rico dependability. Grady Sizemore followed by Casey Blake and then David DeLucci. Victor Martinez batting cleanup tonight, followed by Johnny Peralta. Travis Hafner down to 6th in the order. And then Ryan Garco, Franklin Gutierrez, and Asdrubal Cabrera round out the starting 9.
Miguel Batista making his start. He is 2-3. And he is making his 6th start this year. He has come out of the bullpen. Does have a save this year, as a matter of fact. So he has ugly numbers against the Tribe in his career. Hasn't pitched very well in this ballpark, but he's got good stuff as a pitcher. He's sort of a short armor, and you'll see when he comes in. But he's got some things that his ball has a tendency to move a lot. You almost want to make him get in the strike zone. He has 15 walks in his 25 2/3 innings.
Outside 2-0. Miguel Batista has pitched for the Pittsburgh Pirates, the Florida Marlins, the Chicago Cubs, the Montreal Expos, the Kansas City Royals, the Arizona Diamondbacks, Toronto Blue Jays, and now Seattle. He was drafted back in 1988. 37-year-old right-hander.
Well, hitters are hitting over 400 with nobody on, and then when he gets runners on the base, he gets a little tougher. Hitting just 214 with runners on, a 188 with runners in scoring position.
He led the Mariners last year and had a career high with those 16 wins a season ago. Sizemore hits one hard. Ballantine with a nice running catch. One down.
Let's set that Mariners defense for you now that we have an opportunity. It's Ibanez, Ichiro, and Ballantine, who just got called up in right field. Beltre's at third, Betancourt at short, Lopez at second, Sexton at first, and Clement who also just got called up with Valentine. They're both in the lineup. Both had hits in last night's game.
Here is Casey Blake. Takes a strike. Yeah, Valentine was told by John McLaren, hey, you're our starting everyday right fielder. So go out there, relax, play, and he's off to a good start. Both he and Jeff Clement had to get on a plane from Tacoma and fly here to Cleveland yesterday. They got up at crack of dawn, flew here, and he said when they landed, they got finally stopped, and Valentine said, I'm surprised we didn't blow out all the tires.
What's that?
A little rough landing as Blake strikes out, 2 down. Remember yesterday it was pretty windy.
Yeah.
But they arrived and both had opportunity to play last night and in the starting lineup tonight.
He said they came in from Tacoma. They're getting used to those West Coast trips because Seattle probably has the longest travel schedule of anybody in all of baseball. Their shortest flight is 2 hours, and that's going down the coast to play Oakland.
In there for a strike, 1-1. Raul Ibanez was once asked if he could be commissioner for a day, what would he do? And he said, I'd fire the people who make the schedule. And he says, they can't get back at me for saying that because they can't make the schedule any worse than it is. And when you're Seattle, it's never a good schedule. I don't think it matters.
No, that's tough. Last year was even more so when we had snowed out. They had to come back here how many times in their course of traveling the country for an off day and come here to play?
3 different times for 1 day each.
Yep. On off days.
3 balls a strike to count on David DeLucci. David off to a pretty good start. 283 average, 3 homers, 9 ribbies. He went 2 for 4 in the series opener with a double. And the payoff pitch. Ball 4. So a 2-out walk will bring Victor Martinez to the plate.
Batista in his last start just pitched an inning. He gave up a couple of runs, 3 hits. He walked 5, but came out of the game with a right groin strain. He hasn't missed a start. I don't know how much it bothered him, but he did come out of that ball game.
Well, I mentioned it the other night. All 3 starters for Seattle in this series left their previous starts, and they all had some sort of a leg ailment. But all 3 have taken the mound in this series and haven't seemed to be bothered by those leg injuries at all. Our Firestone League leaders. Firestone, a tradition of innovation. Victor Martinez now finally qualifying and leads the American League with a .366 batting average. Victor was just a few plate appearances shy going into last night's game, I believe. Swung out and missed. And the count quickly 0-2.
His short arm, he's got a little more on that fastball, I think, than hitters think right now. It must get on him in a hurry because all of a sudden he's back here, and he is a little short armor when he pulls it behind his head. Doesn't really extend it out. Almost like Betancourt. You see where it comes out of?
Yes.
And I think his fastball is about 93, so it does sneak up on the hitter. And he's got good break and stuff. Just watch. You can't pick up the baseball. It's behind his head. And it goes from behind his head, then the ball's on the way. So you don't really get a good look at it from behind him.
Time called after Batista took a little too much time.
Well, one thing you don't want to do is wait as a hitter up there and get defensive and get on your heels when he's checking out a guy on base.
Two and two now as he's gone up tight a couple of times, but Martinez won't chase. Lucci at first with two down, held on by Sexton. And he strikes out Martinez. A pair of Ks in the first for Batista. No score after one. By Northern Ohio Ford dealers. Ford, drive one home. By the official airline of the Cleveland Indians, Continental Airlines. Work hard, fly right. Also brought to you by Subway. Eat fresh. Oh, Robert Benny's making his way around town, huh? What do we got there? Not sure where that was. He threw us a 3-2 changeup right there.
And you were out front looking for the fastball.
Yeah.
The swing and a miss.
What did they tell me? Was that Legacy Village? Adrian Beltre fouled on the third base.
Is that what they said?
Legacy Village.
All right. It's in my neck of the woods.
I was just out there today. I was just out in Beechwood with you.
Yes, we were.
We stopped by the gathering place. Awesome experience too.
Went out and met the nice people there.
Yes. Adrian Beltre with an 0-1 count. At the knees, outside corner, nasty pitch, and the count 0-2. Now Bird working quickly. He had Beltre down on the count 0-2 before Ibanez was thrown out trying to steal. And he's right back aggressively going at him again. And the 1-2. Not a play. On deck man Jose Vidro to be followed by Richie Sexton. Beltre 2 for 5 with a homer in the series.
And that was a big home run in game one.
Yes,
3-run homer to give him a 5-3 lead in the 9th inning. Good location, little turnover job on the outside part of the plate that he swings over the top of.
In tight to even it up. If he can go in there, can maybe take the sting out of his bat on that pitch away. Because as we saw, if you give him swinging room, the ability to drive it the opposite field, he can also turn on the ball pretty well, but that's caught by DeLucci one away. Well, let's get a quick Central update courtesy of Central Cadillac Hummer. What a year for Cliff Lee this season. He has limited the opposition to a 163 on base percentage. It's the lowest over 5 starts, the first 5 starts since 1909.
That's a very good month.
That's unbelievable. Ryan Garko takes it himself 2 away. 1909.
Yeah, that's going back a ways.
That's almost 100 years. Tuesday night after Indians baseball, tune in to STO for the season debut of Outdoors Ohio with Darcy Egan. This year, Darcy has a new co-host.
Who's that?
Browns lineman Joe Thomas.
Oh, is that right? Big Joe.
He knows a thing or two about fishing.
I'll bet he does.
Outdoors Ohio with Darcy Egan and Joe Thomas Tuesday night after Indians baseball on STO.
Well, we had him on up here. Remember when he was the #1 draft pick, and he was, instead of at the draft, with his dad fishing.
Yes, he was up in Wisconsin.
Right.
Hammered between third and short, and the second straight inning, the Mariners get a 2-out single.
There's the hanging breaking ball right there, and you've got to hang it for Richie Sexton.
He hangs that to a normal size hitter. It's out of the strike zone.
That's under his chin. That's eye level, but for Richie Sexton, that's belled high.
Now Jeff Clement, and this guy loves to swing the bat. He does not get cheated, but he fouls out here. Paul Bird, 2 scoreless innings in the book. No score. What a beautiful night. Reminder that spring is here and Panini's patios are now open. Stop by any location for sports, food, and drink specials. Home of the famous overstuffed sandwich, PaninisGrill.com.
Everything opens up May 1st, doesn't it? New month, turn the page, April.
That's right. Goodbye, April. Goodbye, cold weather.
Hello, spring.
Yeah. Johnny Peralta 0 for 4 in the series. Had the night off last night.
It's a good start tonight.
Two balls, no strikes. Miguel Batista won his first 6 starts against the Indians in his career, but he's dropped 3 of the last 4.
And there's really no luck in this ballpark in his career. 0-3 with an ERA above 12.
Might have got a little help on that call, and the count 2-1. Peralta, Hafner, and Garco here in the second.
Eric Wedge shaking things up in this lineup a little bit, trying to, you know, just something different to try and get some consistency. You know, I was a little surprised that he didn't stay with the same lineup he had last night that scored 8 runs and about 11 hits or 12 hits. I would have said, hey, same guys, go back out there, try it again. But there's a method behind his madness when you're hitting guys, you know, third. You want to protect them all the way up and down the lineup. So when you go to their bullpen, when you bring in righties or lefties, they may have to make switches.
And a leadoff walk for Johnny Peralta. You know, maybe it's just because we haven't seen him a whole lot lately, but I don't recall Batista giving you that almost a Louis Tiant type when he takes the ball into the lineup. He's almost kicking back towards second base a little bit.
Well, maybe that's probably why he's so wild. He's 17 walks this year, and now when he gets guys on base, he doesn't go out of the full windup. He got the stretch, and he's much better.
Completely different.
Because he's a guy that's gone out of the bullpen and as a starter in his career. But he is. I mean, he's been much tougher when guys get on base because you're out of the stretch. We've seen a couple of starters pitch from the stretch.
It's bizarre when you see it.
Yes, it is.
Because you're not used to it.
You know, you look like Paul Bird. That's one of the old style windups that we're seeing on the Indian side tonight. You know, because it's deception. You know, he likes deception. He gives you the big arms, the legs, and gives you some body, and that's what a lot of pitchers used to do. They want to deceive the hitters. Now everybody's so fluid and easy. They just, you know, kick back a couple of steps and come up nice and easy.
You think of Cliff Lee, he barely has a windup.
Right.
I mean, it's one step, boom, he's in, and here comes the ball.
There's a lot of guys that are just like that. It's tough to repeat a herky-jerky windup. Too many things can go wrong with it.
Hafner down on the count, 1-2.
That guy, he's got as good as control as anybody. Strike throwing machine.
You look back in the history of baseball. Look at old pictures of Bob Feller in the windup where, I mean, looks like his arms and legs have gone 3 different directions.
Juan Marichal, Bob Gibson, you know, you look at Louis Tiant, you look at some of the sudden Sam McDowell. These guys were huge. They reached back and fired. They didn't care if they walked 100 guys.
And then the classics drop and drive style of a Tom Seaver.
Yeah.
Where it looked like his back knee was almost touching the ground when he was delivering balls.
I mean, if you remember, he used to wear a knee pad on that back knee because it would scrape them out.
The 1-2. Hafner drives the ball to deep center field. Ichiro back, and he is going to make the catch about a stride in front of the wall. So a better swing for Hafner. He drove that ball very well.
Deepest part of the ballpark, actually, because it was right in that corner past the 400-foot sign. Down on the count, 2 strikes. He got a ball in the inner part of the plate and went the other way with it. Got under it. There's Ichiro. He finds where he's at on the field. He saw the wall, and he realizes he has room to make the catch.
And it brings up Ryan Garco. And he takes a strike. Just foul. Fly to third and the count 0-2. And Garco strikes out. 2 down here in the second. Let's send you back to the STO studios for Ford Sports Update. Was Reggie one of the first guys to really Cadillac it after hitting a home run?
Well, probably.
Or did he maybe just make it more famous? Because he did it in the World Series. And
well, yeah, he was in the playoffs. That's when they were real good in the 70s, back in the early 70s. You know, where they won 3 straight World Series. He was one of, yeah, I would think so.
I mean,
because normal guys, you'd get guys hit, though.
Does anybody else come to mind that would hit a home run and really admire it and go into the very slow trot?
Not that I can remember. I don't remember that. No, normally guys, when they hit balls, they run them out. They just put their hands down. There wasn't a lot of celebration.
No, as you said, there was a time in baseball where if you did,
somebody was going to get drilled.
The next guy usually got one in the ear flap.
And then you know what? Your teammate would come up to you and say, "Hey, you better run the bases faster because I'm not going to get hit again for you Cadillacing." So there wasn't a lot of that, but Reggie would do that. Well, when you hit him 500 feet, you would like to look at him. Go back to the old tape, see if Mickey ever did that.
I mean, there are some balls that you should be allowed to stand and admire, at least for a moment.
How about the one we showed 11 years ago yesterday in this ballpark that hit the scoreboard?
Mark McGwire.
Yeah, we admired watching that one.
Some of us did. 2 balls a strike on Franklin Gutierrez. I still remember when Jim Thome hit the home run against Atlanta into the bleachers here, and he flipped the bat a good 10 feet and said afterwards he didn't realize how badly he looked when he flipped the bat, and he was almost embarrassed by it. But he got caught up in the emotion of the moment.
Right.
Franklin lifts a fly ball to left. Raul Ibanez. And 2 scoreless innings in the books tonight from Progressive Field. Mariners 2 hits. They've both been 2-out singles tonight. Vladimir Valentin will lead off, the number 8 hitter for the Mariners. And he takes a strike. Tommy Bowe tells me that 6 of the 7 Mariner hitters have seen 3 pitches or less. So they're,
well, you know, that's
not
an
surprisingly.
No, it's
very
not surprising to
Bird.
me, because there are teams that, if they sit back and wait, they're always sitting in an 0-2 count. So they swing a lot of pitches. And you know what? Your patient teams like New York or Boston, they'll even have a tendency to get a little more aggressive that second time through. But what Paul Bird does on the first pitch, he changes his pattern. It's not first pitch fastball strike. You know, he'll throw curveballs, he'll throw changeups, he throws an assortment of everything. It's right down the middle.
Struck him out looking. I mean, that was quick.
I
Good
don't know
morning.
what he was looking
Good
for.
afternoon. Good night.
Well, tomorrow night it will be fireworks night as Seattle heads out of town. Kansas City will be heading into town. A combination of music and pyrotechnics. Plenty of tickets remain, and bring a Pepsi can, get a half-priced bleacher ticket. That'll be tomorrow night with the Royals in town.
The Royals will be here pretty soon if they're not already in town.
Yeah, they may be in town.
They had a day game against Texas, and I think they lost again, 2-1.
Yes, they did.
They had a tough one last night. Gave up a bunch of runs.
Yeah.
Zach Greinke. Well, Bannister last night. Greinke today.
Greinke today, because we missed those 2 guys in the series. Yes, so 2-1. If you only give up 2 runs in Texas, you expect to win.
Yeah.
Because that's a hitter's ballpark.
You don't see many
friend.
2-1 games down there.
Not down there, you don't.
Especially a day game.
Unless the weather was chilly down there. Because that ball usually flies pretty well out of there.
All right, what do you think? What do you got here?
I don't know, man. The guy next to him
is he out? Oh no, he's okay, I think.
Is he out? Santa's put something in his Coke.
Oh, you know, Santa works hard during the winter, so this is his off season. He's catching a few games.
He's texting somebody. That guy.
The guy next to him?
Yeah.
Yeah, his jaw's moving. I thought maybe he was out cold. No, he's all right.
Santa gave some eggnog.
Slipped him a Mickey in his eggnog, huh? 1-2 the count on Unieski Betancourt. In the air, left field, DeLucci, long run. But he's there to pull it in, 2 down. Time now to take a look at tonight's Alltel text poll question. Don Mincher was the Pilots All-Star selection in 1969. They only were around for 1 season. And he was there as a replacement for which of his injured teammates? Diego Segui, Richie Rollins, Tommy Davis, or Mike Egan? Text your answer to 31962. The results later in the ballgame.
That's a good question. Egan popped into my mind.
Gutierrez with a good job to cut that off, holding Ichiro to a single.
Now at bat for the Mariners, the second baseman, Jose Lopez.
Now Jose Lopez. Lopez flied to deep right his first time up. And Ichiro draws a throw. He has stolen 6 bases already this year. And with 2 down, you always expect a guy like that to be off trying to get into scoring position. Amazing. When I worked on radio all those years, It seemed like, Rick, every year we would go to Seattle, there would be at least one reporter every year that would talk to Mike Hegan about the Seattle Pilots.
Yeah,
almost
they only
without
played
fail.
there one
They were
year.
there for 1 year.
Well, that was news, and then they moved to Milwaukee the next year.
The Brewers,
you
right?
know who was also played in Seattle that year was Gary Bell, a friend of ours that was a longtime Indian and played with the Red Sox. He was there in '69, and there's
Mike
Higgy.
He's healing well from that hip injury in the offseason. Now he knows he's on TV. All right.
He does, yeah.
It's serious now. No, but he suffered a fractured hip in the offseason, but he's healing well. I knew he was going to be fine when he showed up at spring training, walking around instead of using a cane, using a golf club.
Yeah, he was using a
Putter.
9-iron. Just flip it over and you can hit the 9-iron. Flip it back and use it as a cane.
Good practice. So he's getting along well. And also, Dennis Lema is getting along quite well. Indians
He had the
executive
whole
vice
ball
president
and socket
business
replaced.
operations had the awful skiing accident.
I think over All-Star break they're scheduled to have a 30-yard race between Dennis and Mike at All-Star break.
I might buy a ticket and watch
I
that
know
one.
what I would.
The 0-2 pitch coming. Just outside the bag. But that's where Paul Bird is really forcing these Mariners to swing the bat at his pitch because he's been getting ahead early in the count. He's thrown 29 strikes and only 8 balls to this point.
Well, I told you, he's back in one of those grooves. Not quite as good as he was last year, but he has faced, coming into today, 77 consecutive hitters before a walk. And that was back on April 9th, and that was to Figgins. But this one,
He makes the grab, and the inning is over. So Lopez has had 2 good drives tonight where he has sent outfielders to the track, but nothing to show for it. No score, middle of the third. To the bottom half of inning number 3. And for the Indians, it will be Asdrubal Cabrera, Grady Sizemore, and Casey Blake. That's the 38th pitch tonight for Miguel Batista as we open the bottom of the third. Asdrubal is 0 for 7 in the series. He sends Ibanez back and over a bit, 1 down.
Well, you don't want to miss the Sabathia bobblehead night. That is coming on Saturday. Fans will receive a special CC bobblehead. It commemorates the 2007 Cy Young Award. And also, if you bring a Pepsi can, you can get in half-price bleacher ticket. That'll be Saturday night. CC, we talked to him last night, and he hasn't seen it, but that's not a bad look-alike for CC.
Grady Sizemore hit the ball hard his first time up, fly it out to right. Miguel Batista pitching well here in the early going.
Yeah, just two walks on his card, and that's it. That's the only base runners the Indians have had.
Two balls, one strike. And the count now 3-1. So here he goes again. When he has fallen behind, about the only time he's gotten himself into any kind of trouble. Full count. Miguel Batista is actually one of the very few published authors in Major League Baseball history. And he strikes out Sizemore looking. Fourth strikeout for Batista. Two down here in the third.
Well, you don't see Grady do that too often where he flips the bat. That one was there. It was a good pitch. Good pitch, unless, you know, maybe vocally he didn't hear him. And normally a hitter, you don't do that. But Larry Vanover rings him up, and it looked like a pretty good pitch.
So with two down, Casey Blake steps in. Looks at the ball down low. Batista spent 5 years writing his first published novel, The Avenger of Blood. Then he also authored a book of poetry. And according to the Mariners media guide, he is the first Latin American pro player to ever publish a book of poetry.
Huh. And see, he really lets up on that delivery when he throws something off speed. I don't know if that was the curveball or the changeup, but you can see it looks like his motion slows down. Here he comes, and now watch the arm speed. It's just not there. That looked like it might have been a curveball.
He was trying to bend it in there, but it's missing for him. It's 3-1 now. Foul back out of play. Full count. Coming out for batting practice before the game tonight, Casey Blake said it was hard to believe this is the same city we played in last night. As cold as it was last night, and
oh, wait 15 minutes. Yes, he did.
He went too far. A strikeout for Batista, who has punched out 5 Indians through the first 3 innings. Still no score. Now here at Progressive Field, no score. Paul Byrd has allowed a 2-out single in all 3 innings so far tonight. "39th pitch of the night for Paul Byrd. 30 for strikes. 18 of his last 20 pitches. 19 of his last 21 have been for strikes.
Well, as a hitter, you're watching the same guy throw and pound the strike zone, so you might as well get ready. It's just a matter of guessing what pitch you want to hit. And this is one guy that has had a lot of success against Byrd.
And he's ahead in the count, 2-1. One of the first times tonight Paul Byrd has been behind. As Dribble Cabrera will throw him out, 1 away. Let's head down on the farm for our minor league report, brought to you by your good neighbor State Farm agents of Northeastern Ohio. Brian Mitchell in Oakwood Village, Dick Michael in Westlake. Akron beat Erie 6-2. Wes Hodges is having a heck of a season so far. Tied for second with 6 homers, 22 ribbies. And Randy Newsom notching his 6th save. Adrian Beltre flied out the left his first time up. And it's another first pitch strike. He had one thought and one thought only on that swing.
Well, and normally he doesn't try to pull a ball. You know, he tries to go the other way, but when he's not getting that 92 to 93 mile an hour fastball, he's changing his swing.
Now the 2-strike pitch. Oh, good pitch down in the dirt.
He pointed down to first base again with nobody on base.
That is really bizarre.
Watch this. I mean, he did it again. And I thought the first time it's because somebody was on base, but nope. There it is. Did I go? I don't think so.
I've never seen a hitter do that. That is a first.
That's funny.
Now the 1-2.
Good.
Oh man, awfully close, and Hanover gives Beltre the benefit of the doubt.
That had pretty good movement. If Victor was going to watch his glove move. See, that was down. That thing died right at the end. It was down. He had a good look at it all the way in.
Good hop for Casey Blake, and a good throw. 2 down. Well, Rick, on this day back in 1991, Ricky Henderson in a day game in Oakland. He's at second base. He's going for the all-time stolen base record, and he will swipe third easily. Remember, he pulled the bag up out of the ground?
Yes, I do.
There it is.
Milwaukee, I think. Let me see. No, that's New York.
And then he self-proclaimed to be the greatest of all time.
There he goes. Legitimate. That's really a stolen base right there because he took it back into the clubhouse.
Ryan Cartco takes it himself. And for the first time tonight, Paul Byrd sets him down 1, 2, 3. Let's move to the bottom of the 4th. Still no score. fourth inning. No score. Indians without a hit.
Sexy onion dog.
You know,
Spider-Man hat with some.
I don't think I've ever had anybody refer to an onion hot dog as sexy before. That might be a first.
That's not. No, it's not.
Now a Viola sub could be referred to as sexy. Just the way it's wrapped. David DeLucci, one of two Indians base runners tonight, both via the walk. Batista has 5 strikeouts, 4 fly ball outs, and he's had 5 full counts. But so far he been able to
he doesn't have
avoid
one ground ball out, does he?
any trouble. Yeah.
Nope, strikeouts or flyouts.
Now the right-hander's 2-1. Really tied him up 2-2 now. The 2-2. He struck him out looking. Well, to continue the story, Rickey Henderson in 1991 on this day broke Lou Brock's stolen base all-time record. But that night he was upstaged by Nolan Ryan. Later that night, Nolan Ryan authored his 7th career no-hitter, striking out Robbie Alomar to end it. And the humble Texas Ranger fireballer completely upstaged and overshadowed Rickey Henderson. Knocked him right off the front page of the paper.
That's a lot.
Victor Martinez, a strikeout victim his first time up. 6 strikeouts already for Batista. He had 18 strikeouts in 25 2/3 innings coming in.
Well, yeah, and a couple of games ago against the Angels, 2 starts ago, he had 8 strikeouts. That's his season high. He's getting there in a hurry here.
Bisects him down the right field line. Victor, he will turn and lumber into second base with a 1-out double as the Indians get their first hit of the night. No surprise, it's Victor Martinez who extends his hitting streak to 13 games.
Gets his 6th double right over the bag at first base. So Victor finally gets the Indians' first hit in the 4th inning. He makes it easy into second base. That looked like a little slider he left middle of the plate. He didn't get it inside. It speeds up Victor's bat, and down into the corner it goes. So now the Indians with a, let me see, is this the first time they've had a guy in scoring position?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Now Johnny Peralta, who walked his first time up. Two balls, no strikes.
Yeah, this is where you got to get Johnny Peralta going if he's going to hit into that number 5 spot. You got to get him going at home and also with runners in scoring position. He helped him out.
Well, he's done that a lot this year.
He sure has. Last year he was a 297 hitter at Jacobs Field, 240 on the road. And I see that one's out of the strike zone. But you know, sometimes Johnny, when he gets ahead in the count, he doesn't become more disciplined. He becomes more aggressive, and it's the opposite of what you should be.
Now the count back to even at 2-2.
Well, we told you when you get runners on base, this guy gets tough. He gets tougher, and he's even tougher with runners in scoring position as a pitcher.
Perhaps that's the relief experience coming to play. Suzuki with another terrific catch in center field. Man, can he cover some ground. 2 down. Probably just about any other team the Indians play, that's a base hit.
Yeah, and he plays it deep center field too. That ball got in a little bit. It wasn't going to have a lot of carry, so that gave time for Ichiro to come in and catch it and pick it up right before it hits the ground. And you don't see him diving or sliding. He was able to make that play on the run and just flips it back in. A good running catch right there.
Now Stottlemyre out to the mound.
Well, because you have Hafner with Garco to follow, I think. Hafner hit that ball deep to center field, and you know we're in a 0-0 ball game. He just wants to go over a sequence or talk about going at Travis Hafner, because you know this team does not have a lot of experience going up against Batista. When you look at the hitters that he has faced coming into this ball game, Hafner has only had what 3 at bats, 4 in counting tonight.
All in 1. And right in on his thumbs. Went in there again. Hafner trying to hook it into the corner, and it's a fair ball. That will score Martinez. Indians take the lead as Travis Hafner delivers an RBI double into the right field corner. Cronk crushed the ball his first time up. Didn't have anything to show for it. This time Batista went inside. First pitch, came back in there the next time, and Hafner was waiting for it.
You know, maybe Hafner was looking in there. Let's see if it was a strike. It looked like they wanted it down, but Hafner went inside, brought the hands in. Slider tried to cut it in on his hands, and Hafner was able to keep that ball fair, get it into the corner. So a 2-out RBI. Hafner gets his 17th. The Indians will take a 1-0 lead.
Victor able to easily cruise in for the score. Now Ryan Garco looking for a 2-out hit. Good stop by Jeff Clement. He actually stopped that with his bare hand, maybe.
His hand or his arm. Ended up pulling it off his chest protector. Yeah, when you're a catcher, you don't know which way those things are going to bounce. The breaking ball in, watch it. Between, he pinned it with his wrist in, right up into the chest protector.
There's a base hit to center field. Hafner coming around third. They're going to wave him. Here comes Suzuki's throw to the plate, and he is out at the dish. So for the second night in a row, the Indians test the arm of Suzuki. And for the second night in a row, he says, no, no. 1-zip drive after 4. Smile brought to you in part by Panini's, home of the famous overstuffed sandwich. Also brought to you by Arby's. I'm thinking Arby's. And by your Northern Ohio Ford dealers. Ford, drive one home. Richie Sexton takes a strike here to start inning number 5. A little tight. Just a beautiful night here in downtown Cleveland. 1-1 pitch. High fly. DeLucci and Sizemore. It'll be Grady. One away. Well, the last inning for the Indians ended on a play at the plate.
Well, it was a tough play for Skinner to win because Suzuki has the ball before he even gets to third base. He's trying to be a little over aggressive right there in that situation because here comes a throw. We saw him throw somebody out at home plate yesterday. Nails Hafner easily at home plate. One hop throw. He's got a good arm.
Jeff Clement rolls out to second, 2 down. Send you back to the STO studios for a Ford Sports Update.
And back for the Mariners, number 50, Vladimir Valentine.
All right, thanks, Al. Here it's Vladimir Valentine looking at a ball inside. Foul tip back, 1-1.
Well, tonight's Progressive Field season ticket holder of the game is John Adams. We all know John Adams. He's been a season ticket holder since '94. So congratulations, John. Thanks for your years of loyal support.
Valentine out on strikes his first time up. Three balls and a strike. Swing and a miss, full count. Only the second time tonight Bird has gone to a full count.
Boy, I can't even remember another one.
Struck him out. And again, Paul Bird sets him down 1-2-3. He has retired 7 straight. Halfway home, Tribe on top 1-0. Cleveland. Indians with a 1-0 lead. Franklin Gutierrez fly to left his first time up, 5 for 9 in the series.
Well, and then again, too, that was why it's a little surprising that Joe Skinner was a little over-aggressive there sending Hafner, because Gutierrez has been hot swinging the bat.
Two and on the count. Suzuki's one of those guys. I mean, he makes the plays in the outfield to the point where you just don't. You know, there is no, well, maybe he'll make a bad throw with that guy.
Well, when they have the
there's a high fly ball left field at Banez. One down. Well, Rick, I know you're going to rush home for this. Professional soccer tomorrow. The Cleveland City Stars, who make their home at CSU's Krensler Stadium, will host the Harrisburg City Islanders, and coverage on STO follows our game. So make sure you get right on home to check out Cleveland City Stars soccer tomorrow night right here on Sports Time Ohio.
Tomorrow night, all right.
Popped up on the bunt. Richie Sexton makes an easy play. I was watching some of the highlights that Manchester United, and they were playing some team from Brazil. Now those guys, wow, pretty impressive. But still, the thing with soccer, you know, a 2-0 game is a high-scoring game.
Well, Progressive Field picnic packages are something special to your group. You get discounted tickets, all-you-can-eat buffets for this year, and the party deck in right field. An incredible view for your group. Very nice place to watch a ball game. Call 216-420-HITS.
Grady Sizemore rips one foul. Ouch. Shin burn.
That's what I was going to say.
Did you see the highlight the other day of the ball? I don't want to call him a boy because he was more like a middle-aged guy. In Baltimore, ball hit off the sidewalk and he dove out of the turf to make the stop.
Very nice play. That's loving your job right there.
Grady Sizemore has fly to right, called out on strikes.
Got to send along a happy birthday wish to Matthew Castillo, who is turning 13 years old today out of Garfield Heights. Matthew, happy birthday, buddy. Big Tribe fan.
Bouncing ball. Nice stop behind the bag by Sexton. And with that big frame of his, he takes a base hit, probably more away from Grady Sizemore. Indians go 1-2-3. We go to the 6th, 1-0 Cleveland. Sixth inning. It has been another low-scoring pitcher's duel. Seen a bunch of those this year already. One ball, one strike. Here's what Paul Byrd has done so far in terms of pitches by inning. And Rick, 11 of the 17 Mariners have been retired or have seen 3 pitches or less.
That's being very tidy with your pitch counts. You know, and Paul Byrd, now you say most pitchers go to that 100 pitch mark. Paul Byrd's not one of those guys. His limit goes up to about the 80 pitch mark, and that's where Eric Wedge and Carl Willis keep an eye on him at.
Out in front.
You know, you look at CC, you look at Westbrook and Lee and those guys, and they're usually the 100 pitch mark. That doesn't hold true for Paul Byrd.
Well, and also too, you wonder if it's, you know, this is after Betancourt here. This will be the 3rd time through the lineup. I wonder if that has anything to do with it, because the numbers really jump for Paul Byrd. That's out of play. First time through the lineup. Batters hit 262. Second time through up to 300. Third time through up to 320. Now some of that relates to pitch count, pitcher getting tired, but it also relates to the hitter making the adjustment. Yeah.
Right, make adjustments. And the thing with Paul Byrd, he's given up 7 home runs. If he gives up any base runners, see, he can go out there in one inning and have a 7-pitch inning, but give up 3 quick runs, and it'd be in a hurry.
Betancourt retired, 1 down. One of the real challenges for any pitcher facing Seattle is how to deal with Ichiro Suzuki. Here's Bird's game plan.
If I were to characterize him, you know, you can throw a ball down and away at the knees, and he still get, you know, square it up and get a base hit off of it. Most guys just aren't like that. You know, they hit mistakes, and most of the time when you make a good pitch, they get them out. And with him, you're kind of rolling the dice. You know, you're just throwing the ball, mixing your pitches, hoping that he hits it at somebody.
And here is Suzuki, looking at a ball down low.
Well, if he doesn't hit it at one of your infielders and they got to move left or right, I'm talking about second or short, he has the speed to beat it out. So, I mean, he applies pressure to the defense.
He's like a bad ball hitter, and that there's no one way to throw it where you can consistently get him out. He has 2 hits tonight, equaling the number of hits in the series.
Sure, it's May. It's May 1st. His worst month is April. He comes up. His highest month is May. He's a 370 hitter in his career in May. He must just wake up at May 1st and say thank you very much.
Spring training's over now.
Yes.
Good morning.
Let's go. Time to hit.
Jose Lopez 0 for 2, but twice tonight he has put Indians outfielders onto the warning track. He has had good swings against Paul Byrd. That's why I think, even though a lot has been made of the Indians' rough start, I think this is the more important month. May is kind of an overlooked month in baseball. Everybody says, well, June's when it gets started, and you look at the late drive. But last year, May was the Indians' best month
19
until they got rolling in September and really put the pedal to the metal. Suzuki running on the pitch. Peralta throws out Lopez, 2 down. Ichiro into scoring position. Time now for our direct energy bringing the gas sequence. Take you back to the 3rd inning. Vladimir Valentin at the dish.
He didn't mess around here the first time he saw the rookie. We started him off with a fastball away, ran one in on that swing, and he said, oh boy, that was quick.
Direct Energy offers simple solutions for all your natural gas supply needs.
You know, every month is important when you look at all 6 months. You're not going to win it in April. You're certainly not going to lose it in April. I think consistency. The Indians played poorly for me in the month of April, and there were still 2 games under 500. And I think they have the best starting pitching in the division. So when their hitting comes around, they're going to be fine. They just haven't hit consistently. Their pitching has been outstanding. Even though you had a rash of injuries, the bullpen was not good. The starters were very good. And you had CC go 4 starts where he didn't give his team a chance to win. They were still only 2 games under 500. when they start hitting, their starting pitching is going to stay consistent like this. I think it's the best in the division, so I think they'll be just fine.
With Suzuki at second, represents the Mariners' first runner in the scoring.
They got to
position
try and
tonight.
get back into that groove of winning series. That's why this is a pivotal game here.
Yes.
You know, you win 2 out of 3. That's how you get your momentum going. That's how you get consistency rolling.
In the air to right, Franklin Gutierrez will put it away, and another good inning of pitching for Paul Bird. We head to the bottom of the 6th. It remains Cleveland 1, Seattle 0. Again at club seat lounge.
Boy, that person at the end of the bar sees that camera, sees Robert.
Right on it.
I think Robert's spying her food. He wants to go down there and try and get it.
He's like a hawk perching up.
Yes, that's right.
Just spying something.
Looking for his next morsel.
Swoop in. Here's Casey Blake, couple of strikeouts tonight.
Could Robert swoop?
Uh-oh, there's a bolt into the alley. And a one-hop the wall. And Blake into second with a double, and a leadoff double at that. Second time tonight the Indians have had the leadoff man aboard.
Third time they've doubled. What's he get here? It looked like just a fastball there. He got it middle of the plate, and Casey roped it into left center field. Hit just at the base of the wall. Ichiro's arm is loose, so he tried to throw him out at second, but was erratic with the throw. Well, this is a big run at this time of the ball game if you can get him over and get him in.
DeLucci looks at a first pitch strike.
Looking 1-0 ball game to increase that lead. The way Bird has been pitching, and you know we have mentioned it. He's been a tough luck pitcher out there as far as offensively. They don't score him a lot of runs. The most he had was in his last start against the Yankees when they scored 5. But they didn't score for him in Oakland or LA. 2 against the Red Sox, and 1 at Minnesota. They have 1 tonight, and that's not going to get it done, I don't think.
Blake's going to tag, but this is a.
That's not that far. He's
Oh,
gonna
here
go
he
for
comes.
it.
The throw is offline, and Blake goes in
Okay.
standing.
Good hustle. He got his job done. I mean, by rights, there's no way a guy should be able to tag and go from second to third with a routine ball to left field. You're not even that's 350 feet away from the plate. That's not third base. So that goes to show you the arm of Ibanez is not good. and he sits behind it. It's a short throw, and it's offline. A runner should not be able to tag up and go there, but that's good job by Hustle, and Casey Blake gets himself into scoring position. That'll bring the infield in for Vic.
They're at the cut of the grass around the horn. Martinez doubled past Richie Sexton at first his last time up and scored the Indians' only run. "80 pitches on the night for Miguel Batista."
You know, this is, he made a mistake, I think, when Victor was on second base. He had 2 outs, and he went at Hafner, and Hafner drove in the first run. Here's a guy that you do not let beat you in this situation. You could go ahead and pitch around him, and then you try for a double play, but you don't want to let Victor get this run in from third base, even with the infield in.
But
and Stottlemyre, in turn, went out and talked to him. And it was 2 pitches later, the Indians had a 1-0 lead.
But what he might be able to do is take advantage of Martinez's aggressiveness trying to get that run.
That's true. But here's a guy that is the Indians' best hitter. He just doubled off. He's on a 13 game hitting streak, and he's one of your best hitters with runners in scoring position. He's hitting 368.
Down on the count, 0-2. Jeff Clement, young catcher, behind the dish. And that runner at third.
Victor's a guy, he hasn't struck out but a couple times in his last probably 60, 70 at bats. He's a guy that finds a way to put the bat on the ball.
Well, you're right. I mean, that's the amazing thing about Martinez, is that he has only struck out 5 times all season long.
Yeah, I mean, he finds a way to put the bat on the ball.
And that covers 84 at bats. Trying to find a hole here with a 1-2 pitch coming.
Look at that. That ball might have been a foot outside.
Luckily, he hit it into an empty seat and carried him back onto the field.
Look where the location is here. How far outside that pitch is. He's got to get that glove and put it up and away, and he doesn't try to hit it. He just serves it out there.
He's fighting it off. Again, the infield in, the 1-2 pitch. Right at him, and
wow,
what a pick by Lopez. Are you kidding me?
Well, the gamble paid off for Seattle, and that was not an easy play.
My goodness, Martinez absolutely scorched it, and Lopez somehow came up with it. And there are 2 down now here in the 6th. Well, if there's an engagement in your future, stop in at Alvin's, buy your engagement ring there. If it rains on your wedding day, your engagement ring is free. AlvinsJewelers.com for all the details in their Pray for Rain promotion. Here's Johnny Peralta, 0 for 1. He flied to center his last time up, drew a walk back in the 2nd. Johnny pops it up. Lopez, the second baseman. And the Indians waste a golden scoring opportunity here in the 6th. It remains Cleveland 1, Seattle 0. Ohio is brought to you in part by Direct Energy, offering simple solutions for all your natural gas supply needs. By your good neighbor, State Farm agents of Northeastern Ohio. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And by Rico. Move your ideas forward with Rico dependability. All right, 7th inning here at Progressive Field. Adrian Beltre, Jose Vidro, Richie Sexson, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters against Paul Byrd. Johnny Peralta back, calls for it. Delucci says, I'll take it.
Absolutely.
One away.
Easier play for the outfielder.
Let's update the Alltel text poll question right now. We asked you earlier, which Seattle pilot was the injury replacement? Or actually, Don Mincher was the injury replacement for which one of his Seattle pilot teammates? Was it Diego Segui, Richie Rollins, Tommy Davis, or Mike Egan? Pitch to Jose Vidro. And once again, it's in there for a first pitch strike. Boy, Paul Byrd has just pounded that strike zone all night long. And it's going to be out of play. Major League Baseball scores updated right here, courtesy of Metro Health, a place of miracles and hope. Backhanded, long throw across the diamond, in time, and held on to by Garco.
That is a beautiful play. Casey Blake did that by design because he was running away from the play, and he says, I got to get it to my man at first on one hop. You don't have to make the throw in the air. He purposely threw this a one-hopper right to Garco, and Garc made a nice play because that wasn't an easy one-hopper. That is going to be our McDonald's. I'm loving it. And that's a fine defensive play in a 1-0 ball game right there. Beautiful. Garc looked like a goalie, didn't he? An old-time goalie with no mask on.
Old-time hockey. Richie Sexson takes a strike, 2 down here in the 7th.
Jacques Garco.
Down the right field line, long run for Goot, and it's going to go foul.
Yeah, this year Paul Byrd, maximum number of pitches for him, 85. That was a couple starts ago in Minnesota. Remember Sunday, that Sunday game, 2-1, and the Indians got beat in extra innings.
Well, the thing about this game, he has not had to make many pitches in a stressful situation.
No,
so
but he's still right around that 80 pitch mark.
I
agree with you.
Now the 0-2. Struck him out looking. Byrd with his 3rd strikeout of the night. And he sets him down 1, 2, 3. Stretch time in Cleveland. 1-zip drive. Time now for the Spitzer 7th inning stretch. Log on to Spitzer.com and stretch your automotive dollar. At Spitzer, our world revolves around Tribe. It'll be Travis Hafner, Ryan Garko, and Franklin Gutierrez.
Well, looks like his night's over with. He's giving some nuts, and he's talking to Casey. He said, I love that play. You know, Paul Byrd is fun. I mean, on his days when he pitches, he has a good time. In one of his starts, I think it might have been his last one, he went like 90. He hit 90 on the gun. He said he wanted to have a team party. Yeah, because he never gets it up 86 or right around there, 87.
I don't know that his night's over. I mean, there's nobody stirring in the Indians'
I
bullpen.
thought they were giving him. Usually, you start congratulating that guy, and your day is done.
But you know, that's Birdie. He's not conventional. He may have just been giving him high fives for the great trade.
That's absolutely right. You know, normally when that pitcher, that's what I'm saying. You see a pitcher and he's happy, he's walking around, he's done.
Most of the time, it's like, don't touch the pitcher.
Yeah, right. Leave him alone. But you're right. I didn't look out into the bullpen. Nobody is moved.
Hafner in his first at bat drove one deep to center, put Ichiro back on the warning track. Next time up, he ripped an RBI double down the right field line into the corner. Two good at bats for Pronk tonight. Miguel Batista, nothing to be ashamed of. This will be his 92nd pitch of the night. That's the only run he's allowed on 4 hits.
Well, after only pitching an inning in his last start. The start before that, 7 2/3 innings against the Angels, where he gave up 8 hits, did not allow a run, walked 1 and struck out 8. So that was his best start so far of the year.
According to Redbird, this is the first time Hafner has batted 6th in the lineup since '04.
Redbird would know. He had to go back and check out all his scorecards.
That covers 62 career games in the 6 hole, .338 average, 16 home runs. So he's had a little history of success in that spot, and it's paid off tonight. Now the 2-2. Just spoiled it.
Well, there you go. He was out there, and that was, again, like a Victor Martinez swing with 2 strikes. You give in a little bit, put your nose in there, and just foul it off.
I still think of Hafner as a guy who's a good hitter that will hit for power, because remember, there were years where he'd pepper the other side of the outfield.
As strong as he is, he's going to hit for power. He's just got to get it going again. This guy's 250, 60 pounds. He better hit for power. Either that, or we're going to have to come back and teach him how to steal some bases. He'll hit for power. You don't put numbers that he put up for 3 straight years and come back and all of a sudden it's not there anymore.
And he takes the walk.
Good at bat to get on base.
Leadoff man aboard for the Indians here in the 7th.
Well, check out Pronk's Great 48 promotions going on right now. Spend $48 at any Indians team shop. You get 2 free tickets to a game in the month of May. Some exclusions do apply. Call 216-420-HITS.
Ryan Garko 1 for 2. Garko's base hit that snapped an 0 for 25 skid came in the 4th inning when he singled to center field, and then Ichiro threw out Hafner at home plate. So it didn't get a lot of attention, but that's a gigantic gorilla off the back of Ryan Garko. On ball, 1 strike.
Well, good hitters find a way to minimize slumps. And when you're not swinging the bat well over the course of the year, you try and draw a couple of walks if you can when you're not swinging well, and you always try to mix in at least 1 hit a day. That'll keep the slump away. Boy, oh boy.
Beltre, and then Hafner didn't see that he had it in his glove, and he gets doubled up. Two down. That's the only thing I can explain why Hafner was kind of caught in no man's land. He kind of froze. Maybe didn't realize that Beltrade actually caught it.
Well, he shouldn't be breaking for second base on a line drive. You've got to stay put. You freeze on a line drive, and that ball wasn't high enough to take off. That was bad base running going to second base. He's got to freeze when that ball is hit so he has time to get back, which he would have had he kept his ground. He did not. Took a couple steps and an easy double play victim.
Franklin Gutierrez twice tonight has flied to left, but both times he has just missed squaring the ball up and driving it out of here. #100th pitch of the night for Bautista. .59 strikes, 41 balls. Suzuki will have it, and the inning is over. And we go to the 8th. It remains Cleveland 1, Seattle nothing.
Presented by the authority of the Cleveland Indians and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Indians.
Paul Byrd into the windup. His first pitch of the 8th inning is down low, ball 1 to Jeff Clement. Clement 0 for 2 tonight. He is fouled out, grounded out. And he goes up there swinging early in the count, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, he's an aggressive hitter. He's got some pop. I remember last year in September when we went out there for their last series. He hit a long one out there at Safeco.
Two balls and a strike. And the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Byrd had a 7-pitch 7th inning, which is why he's right back out here in the 8th, even though the Indians have double barrel activity in the bullpen, because as Rick said, he gets over 80 pitches, which is where he is just now. They keep a very close watch on him.
Well, you see, and that's the thing. You can go out there and have a 7-pitch inning because guys will pop it up. They'll get aggressive early. But on the other side of that coin, they could go up there and maybe they'll get 2 quick hits on 3 pitches. And the next thing you know, holy smokes, I don't have anybody up in the bullpen, and it happens so quickly.
And the 2-2. Pop foul out of play.
All right, after this pitch, this next pitch, it'll be a season high for Bird. This will be his 86th pitch.
And of course, in a one-run game, the leash is even shorter. I mean, it could be one base runner and he gets the hook.
Well, you're into the 8th inning, man. Now it's time to go to your setup men and your closer. If you have the lead, 1-0. But Bird has really made it look easy today.
Missed inside, full count.
Third.
Only the third tonight. Last guy he had in a full count, he struck out.
And that's the on deck hitter.
That is
If
correct.
I'm not mistaken.
That was Ballantine. Here is the 3-2. And it's low. And that's a walk, and it snaps a string of 101 batters without issuing a walk.
And it came at the wrong time.
Well, tomorrow afternoon, Mike Cairns will host All Bets Are Off live from the STO studios right here at Progressive Field. He'll talk with UNLV head football coach Mike Sanford about Browns draft pick Bo Bell. All Bets Are Off tomorrow at 3, only on Sports Time Ohio. They got a pinch runner here, Willie Bloomquist for Jeff Clement. And Ballantine looks at a ball. You know, I thought it was interesting, Rick. You talked about the low pitch count sometimes being a point where Bird gets the hook. He has even said publicly that he's had to gain some trust back from Eric Wedge to try to get deeper into ball games. And obviously he's gained some more tonight because this next one will be his 90th pitch of the night.
You're absolutely right. It takes some time because, you know, they know how they want to use him. And the last thing you want to do is when a guy goes out and he's pitching a gem is to go back out there and send him out one inning too long if you're the manager or the pitching coach. Because then you can have a very good evening and have nothing positive to take away of it. It turns into a loss all because of a few pitches.
He's got Ballantine down on the count 1-2.
I mean, they've got to make that decision with every starter they have. You know, all right, should we send him out? Last night in that 8-0 game, I guarantee they didn't want to send Cliff Lee out, but it was going very, very well. And you could see in the 7th that he
struck him out.
Big strikeout.
Hat trick for Ballantine. He strikes out for the 3rd time tonight. 4th in the ball game. I'll make that 5th in the ball game. Well, let's send you to the STO studios for another Ford Sports Update. One out here for Yuniesky Betancourt, who's 0 for 2. 4 strikeouts for Paul Bird. Liner right to Cabrera, throw to first. Not in time. Bloomquist alertly got back.
Well, there's where you freeze on the line drive on the infield.
Now a big decision for Eric Wedge with the left-handed hitting Ichiro Suzuki
he'll
coming
go
up.
make the call now with Perez out there. He'll make him get a tough left-hander. But you see a line drive not hit high, but as a base runner you freeze and you have time to get back.
We've got a timeout here at Progressive Field. Paul Bird has
Great
pitched
job.
a gem tonight.
Yes, he has.
7 2/3 innings. He will leave with a 1-0 lead, tying run at first. And a nice ovation for the Indians right-hander.
in the 8th inning. And get your Tribe gear at the official online shop of the Indians. That is MLB.com. Great online selection: caps, T-shirts, BP jerseys, collectibles, and more. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Bird, 7 2/3, 4-hit shutout baseball, responsible for the runner at first base.
Yeah, very good start for him tonight. And Rafael Perez coming on now for the 13th time, facing one of the tougher left-handers, who usually it's left-handers well. Ichiro, he's got 2 for 3 tonight.
And Ichiro 0 for 3 in his career against Rafael Perez with a strikeout. Quickly ahead with a strike. Suzuki singled to right in the 3rd. Went the other way in the 6th for a base hit. Fought it off, and it's into the seats. 0-2.
Nice catch by a young lady in the seats, and she's happy. Good play.
Here's what you were talking about.
You bring your glove, and someone tried to block her out or sprint. A good play. She's thrilled. That's something you never forget right there. That's for her daughter. Good catch.
Awesome. The 0-2. Got a piece to stay alive. A little over 15,000 here at Progressive Field tonight. Not exactly at a fever pitch here, but the 0-2 pitch.
Well, I figured they would send him.
Throw to second, and they got him! Victor Martinez guns down his second would-be base stealer of the night. And we go to the bottom of the 8th with the Tribe still on top, 1-0. One to nothing. Bottom of the 8th inning. College ID night here at the ballpark. So it looks like we've got some John Carroll University students in attendance, and they're going to watch one-time Indian Arthur Rhodes come on here in the 8th in relief of Miguel Batista, who really pitched a heck of a ball game tonight.
Yes, he did. I mean, he made one Hard to say a mistake, but Hafner doubled down the line with 2 outs.
Yeah, it was a pitch in off the plate. You really
I know.
can't say it was a mistake, can
no,
you?
that's exactly right. It was not a bad pitch. I think if you ask him, he made the pitch he wanted to. That'll bring Rhodes in for the 2nd time in the series. He's going to get 9-1-2. Cabrera from the right side, Sizemore and Blake. Indians looking to see if they can add to this 1-0 lead for a little insurance. Kenji Jojimus remains or comes into the game behind the plate.
As Dribble Cabrera leading off, looks at a ball down low. He is 0 for 2, 0 for 9 in the series. And 0 for his last 13 overall. Valentine, the right fielder. 1 away. The scores are updated right now, courtesy of Wendy's. Top of the order, here's Grady Sizemore, 0 for 3 tonight. But he was robbed of a hit by Richie Sexton on a terrific play to end the 5th inning. Here's the 1-0 to Sizemore. Rafi Wright getting ready to come on to close it out in the 9th.
Yeah, it's funny. We'll see if Eric just leaves Perez out there just to face Ichiro and then go to Perez. Go to Betancourt. Or he just goes with him, clean slate inning, because that's why they tried to steal that base with Ichiro leading off.
Two and 1 to count. Catches the outside corner to even it up. Brandon Morrow just in case. Full count. You've got the right-handed hitting Blake on deck, but then the left-handed hitting DeLucci and the switch hitting Martinez. So it would appear that Rhodes is in here for a while. And a payoff. Trying to eke a win out against Boston. They've had some tough luck against the Red Sox, haven't they?
Late game. 8th, 9th inning has hurt them up in Boston.
They lead it 3-0 tonight heading into the late innings. Blue Jays have dropped 8 of their last 10 after they were off to a pretty good start. Again, the 3-2 pitch coming to Sizemore. And Rhodes delivers. Grady with a high fly ball, left center. Ichiro takes it. 2 down. Let's get the results of our All-Tel text poll tonight. We asked you, who did not Don Mincher replace as the All-Star for the Pilots in 1969, and 48% of you were all over this one. It was indeed Mike Hegan. Was elected to the All-Star
There he
game.
is. He was a scraper, wasn't he? Yeah. He was a good ball, good first baseman. He could pick it over there.
Absolutely. No, one time, I don't remember exactly, but at one time he had one of the longest errorless streaks by a first baseman.
Yeah, for a while, yeah, he may have. He could pick it.
The 1-0 to Blake foul back. So Seattle's baseball history in terms of the big leagues began in 1969, albeit briefly for the 1 year, and then back in '77 when the Mariners came to town.
Right, right.
How about this for history, though? On this day in 1891, Cy Young beat Cincinnati 12-3 in the first ever game at League Park.
Really? League Park.
On this day. I don't remember, it was you and I did a show one time at League Park, and if fans ever get a chance, I mean, you could just drive up there and walk around what's left of League Park. It almost has a ghostly feel to it, to know that Cy Young,
Babe Ruth, I mean, a lot
all
of
the big
greats,
names,
yeah.
they all played.
Sure
Ty
did.
Cobb, every one of them played, walked on that field on Cleveland's Near East Side. The 1-2. Missed out away, and the count evens up. Blake doubled to the left center field gap his last time up. It was a leadoff double, but he wound up stranded at third. And he strikes out here. So the Indians go 1-2-3. And we go to the ninth. 1-0 drive. We go to the ninth. What a ball game we've had tonight as far as the pitching is concerned. Paul Bird, dynamite, 7 2/3, 4-hit shutout baseball. And then Rafael Perez came on. He is technically in there for 1/3 of an inning. Did not retire a batter. He got the pinch runner Willie Bloomquist caught stealing to end the inning.
All right, on Sunday it'll be Kids Fun Day. Come on out to the ballpark. All kids are going to receive a special Eric Wedge High Achievers long sleeve T-shirt that day.
Rafael Betancourt coming on for the save now. Trying to nail it down. Looking for his third of the year. He had a rough night in the series opener, but the difference being That was a tie game, and it's not that they don't have the same intensity, but it's not the same situation.
Well, you know what? You're going to give something up sooner or later. This is good for him to come back, because you know what? He's got the chance to face the same hitters that happened that first game in. Now, it was funny because he's bringing his closer, which is Betancourt right now, to face Ichiro. That's why they tried to steal that base there, to get a guy in scoring position when he was buried in the count 0-2, because if he did get thrown out, which Victor did throw out Bloomquist, you have him leading off.
Well, the one thing I will point out is that you've got Tim McClellan, the crew chief, at second base. He was the guy who, a couple of years ago in Anaheim, complained loudly about Betancourt and the amount of time it takes for him to deliver a pitch. So much so that he was jawing with Betancourt, and it really unnerved Raffy. He didn't admit to being unnerved by it, but the way he pitched that night, it certainly looked like it got to him. But I would think that Betancourt's reputation has gotten around the league that, yeah, he takes some time, but this guy's a legitimate pitcher. He's not out there trying to jerk anybody's chain. He has fallen behind Ichiro, now 2-0. Blake even with the bag at third. It's going to be a base hit to right field. So the leadoff man aboard. Start the ninth. You can see Ichiro really slow his bat down to wait back on the off
Well,
speed.
you know you're going to get a fastball. And that was a fastball down because he was behind in the count. He went down and hit a fastball. Might have been out of the zone, but hit a rope to right. So he is on base. Third hit. Leadoff man aboard. We'll see what they do here. Bunt. This guy, Lopez, has been hitting the ball very well in this series. What's he on a 10-game hitting streak as well?
It's amazing. It almost looked like an off-speed pitch the way he went down and swung at it, but it was a fastball. Close play over there at first, but he was back safely. He's got a big lead again.
See, that's the one thing when you're a base stealer with Betancourt. He is so deliberate when he does get into his stretch. It's tough for a runner because your legs start getting jumpy. You want to get going if you're going to try and steal a base. He's quick to first. He'll change his little pattern. Once he comes set, he'll go to the plate.
Pitch is up high, ball one.
Lopez did square around the bunt.
Didn't miss by much, but it was a bit high. Eddie Rodriguez gave the signals down at third. Lopez now back in there. Blake in on the grass at third. Not squaring. Center field. Grady.
Yeah, he's got to get in position and
Run
get ready
down.
to fire. That a boy.
Ichiro holds it first.
That's the way to do it. Get yourself in position. Get your momentum coming toward your target where you throw into. And Ichiro did the smart thing to go back and tag up until he saw there was going to be a good throw. That's very good. He gets back. He's behind it. He's behind it. There you go. Go to second base. You just get your throw in there and you got to send him back. He went back to tag up, but nope.
Raul Ibanez 1 for 3 tonight. 3 for 13 in the series, but always dangerous late in the ballgame. He has 5 homers on the year. the mask with Victor Martinez, but Victor never even flinched. Did you see recently in L.A. Kerwin Danley got completely knocked unconscious on a foul tip right back off the mask?
Catcher never got any leather on it or anything. I did see that. This one here, sometimes when that ball hits the bat, it doesn't deaden the ball, the speed of it. It just deflects it. That was a direct hit, though, right into the face mask.
With one out and a runner at first, the 0-1 pitch. And the count 0-2.
Changeup, good pitch. These guys cheating on betting, of course, figuring fastball. You know what? Not only good pitch, good location. Little movement going down and away. Had Ibanez way out front. They want another changeup.
Betancourt ready now. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Got a piece of that one. Oh, might have been up just enough in the strike zone that he was able to get wood on it.
Well, take a look and see what you think. It was. It wasn't down where that first one was, where you had him out front. Anytime the ball is elevated, it makes it that much easier for the hitter to get the bat on the ball. He doesn't have to go down and get it like that. And when you have to go down to get that ball, you're going to be way out in front. You have nothing behind it to hit it.
All the way to the backstop, and Ichiro will easily go to second. That one took off a little bit.
It did, and I want to know what that pitch was because it registered at 84. Unless he just lost it. It was a changeup that he had no clue of where it was going. Way up over the glove of Victor. So that allows a tying run to get to second base. It looked like a fastball to me, didn't it? All the way to the backstop, tying run now on second.
And a 1-2 count now on Ibanez. Here's the set by Raffy and the 1-2. Back out of play.
Well, these guys get enough time to talk in between pitches because Betancourt takes time. He doesn't grab it and get it going. You're going to have a little time in between pitches.
Ichiro runs for third. The throw, and it gets by Blake. Here comes Suzuki, and the game is tied. Oh, it looked like they had him dead to rights, but somehow the ball eluded Casey, and we are knotted up at one apiece.
Well, I think he tried to put the tag before he had the ball. Look at him. He's a little dejected. That was not a bad throw. And here you go. A wild pitch to second, a stolen base, and an error on your third baseman. And they have a run. Unbelievable turn of events here.
Looks like the throw almost handcuffs Casey.
Why? No, watch up quick. See, he tried to tag him before he caught it. He got ahead of himself now, not catching the ball first. The ball gets by him, goes into left field. We have a tie game. That's got to be an error.
It's a stolen base for Suzuki, his 7th of the year, and the error by Blake allows the tying run to score. And now they are 2 down.
And now Paul Bird, nothing to show for his outing.
At bat for Seattle, third baseman Adrian.
Yeah, we'll bring up Adrian Beltre now, 0 for 3. Casey had to reach back across his body, and it looked like, as you said, trying to make the catch and swipe tag all in one motion.
Well, the throw, well, first of all, was catchable. You know, whether they got him at third base, you know, you don't know. You don't know what the play would have been, but you can't let it get by you. This is the 9th inning. They don't have a run yet. A wild pitch got him to second base. He's trying to hustle and make something happen. If he's thrown out, people are going to say, "What are you trying to do? Stealing when you've got your best hitters up to the plate." It doesn't work that way. He's going to get credited with good hustle.
Yeah, with a left-handed
and
hitter
make
up
something
there.
happen. Absolutely right. An easy pathway for Victor to throw.
He wants this one way off the plate. Not too much of it. And it's another base hit. 2nd of the inning for Seattle. That's the go-ahead run now aboard at first with 2 down, and Jose Vidro will now be the batter. 0 for 3 tonight.
Now at the plate for Seattle, the designated hitter, Jose Vidro.
Beltre, a guy that'll take off if you don't pay attention to him. He's stolen 3, been caught 1 time. Yeah, the Indians have not been good this year in save situations.
In there for a called strike.
They are now 4 for 10 in save situations.
Of course, a blown save can come at any point in the game when a reliever's in the game with the lead.
Yeah.
My point being, your 4 for 10 isn't. Those aren't all
Ninth inning save
situations.
No, but I mean that's second to last in save percentages, last in the league in saves. That doesn't get it done. Boy, this quieted this whole crowd down, didn't it?
Well, they weren't real loud to begin with.
No, they weren't.
Right.
Well, 1-0 game. There's not a whole lot to cheer about, but usually you get in there and that one ball gets away, they tie the game, and it's like everybody left the house.
Just a little bit high.
Boy, a pretty good pitch right there.
Vidro grounding out all 3 times tonight, twice to first, once to third. Three and 1.
Well, normally a guy that's very aggressive out there, Betancourt falling behind the hitters.
Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Full count.
Well, they couldn't even try it because he had such a good jump. Now you quit messing around and you go after the hitter. That's the pitch he's been laying off right there, that 3-1 pitch, but you set him in that count.
Now a base hit puts the Mariners in the lead. Betancourt's got to bear down and try to get Vidro right here. 20th pitch of this 9th inning for Raffy. And the payoff. Now back to the screen. Go ahead run, Beltre at second base. He'll get a very big secondary lead once Betancourt comes to the plate. And again, the 3-2 pitch. Brady Sizemore under it. And we'll go to the bottom of the 9th, tied at 1. Eric Wedge has four right-handed bats on his bench, but he elects to stay with DeLucci, who is 0 for 2 tonight with a walk.
Well, we'll see if the Indians can turn around and come back. They gave him a run in the top half of the inning. If they can score one to win it in regulation. They got the heart of their lineup. 3, 4, 5 coming up.
Called strike. Fastball right in there, 1-2. chased one up around his eyes for a strikeout. Rhodes is fanned a pair, and he's set down all 4 that he has faced. And with 1 out, that will bring up Victor Martinez. Take a look at our Buick Pontiac GMC performance of the game, and Paul Byrd did a terrific job tonight.
Boy, he sure did. Longest outing of the year, most pitches he's thrown, did not allow a run, struck out 4, and has been dealing in his last 4 starts.
Unfortunately, nothing to show for it.
That's too bad.
And Bird's woes due to a lack of run support continue.
3rd time they've only scored 1 run for him.
I know Tommy was saying that Paul didn't qualify among the league statistical department coming into tonight, but if he had, he'd have been 48th out of 50 qualifying pitchers.
Yeah, as far as run support goes, you're right.
Victor Martinez 1 for 3, doubled and scored the Tribe's only run back in the 4th. And it's 0-2 as Victor has a word with Larry Vanover. The 0-2.
Rhodes not throwing the ball too bad after coming off of a surgery last year, missing all of last year.
Velocity is pretty good, low 90s.
Yeah, he's been around a long time. That's to take him off that cutter inside he's been throwing him.
And the 1-2 in the air to left. Ibanez 2 down. Don't miss the CSU basketball camps. They've got a couple of sessions in June and July at the Wolstein Center. Coach Gary Waters will teach the kids, boys and girls ages 7 to 17. Log on to CSUVikings.com and register today. We've got a timeout here in Cleveland. We're tied at 1 in the bottom of the 9th. Will be the new pitcher for Seattle. Former first-round pick back in '06, the 5th overall selection in that draft.
Well, it came out and he was part of that great bullpen they had last year. He ended up starting the year this year in Double-A. He was called up when Bedard went on the disabled list, so he's appearing for the 7th time. He's pitched in 4 innings. A good right-hander. He's got good pop on the ball. Coming in to get Peralta, trying to send this game into extra innings.
Or overtime, whichever.
Or overtime, either way, it's the same thing. Seattle has not played an extra inning game this year. The Indians have played one. That was in Minnesota. See if they can do something here with 2 outs.
Starts him off with an off-speed pitch for strike 1.
Yeah, the difference for Paul Byrd this year compared to last year, his run support was 6 a game.
Ooh.
Now it's just a hair over 2, and it's the 3rd time they haven't. Well, they only scored 1 run when he was in there.
And we are 1 strike away now from extra innings. More of the plate than he would have liked on that pitch, but Peralta can only foul it out 98 miles an hour.
Well, that's what you're looking for when he comes in. You know, first pitch, you're looking fastball, and he started him off with a curveball, and you're going, wait a minute. I thought this guy threw in the mid-90s. Well, he does.
Another 0-2. Oh, perfect. Outside corner. And we'll go to the 10th. Tied at 1. Indians had a 1-0 lead going into the 9th. But Ichiro Suzuki with the leadoff single. Second on a wild base. Stole 3rd, and on the air by Casey Blake came home to score the only run of the game for Seattle, but that's enough to push us to the 10th. Masa Kobayashi will face the 6, 7, and 8 hitters for Seattle.
This has really been a well-pitched game by both sides. Not a lot of hits. The Seattle Mariners have 6. All of them are singles, and Ichiro has 3 of them. Indians have 4 hits, but 3 doubles. But there again, the consistency is just not there offensively.
Richie Sexson will lead off. He is 1 for 3 tonight. Long drive, left field. Looking up is DeLucci, and the Mariners take the lead. Richie Sexton's 6th home run of the year puts Seattle on top 2-1.
And that's number 300 in his career. Number 100 is a Seattle Mariner. And it couldn't have come at a better time for the Mariners. He's going to touch home plate. It's going to be a 2-1 lead on the very first pitch from Kobayashi. Well, there you go. He gets the hands in. He's a big, strong man. And hits it out of here. First extra base hit for the Mariners. Pays dividends.
And that means J.J. Putz will begin to loosen for Seattle. In the dirt. Ball 1. Martinez won't have a play. It's in the seats. 1-1.
That's the first home run Kobayashi has given up as well.
Everything went just right for 8 innings. Since then, it's
for 8 1/3.
Foul, and the count 2-2. But again, it's another night where the Indians just offensively haven't been able to put anything together. They got 1 run on 3 hits in the 4th, had a runner thrown out at the plate. They had the leadoff double in the 6th, but couldn't get him in.
Well, 4 hits in a ball game, you're not going to win a game.
Not many.
And another game to this point where it's been 3 or less.
Jojo went too far. He strikes out, 1 down.
Stepping in for Seattle,
J.J. Putz warming for Seattle.
This is where Seattle struggled earlier in the year when this guy was on the disabled list. You can see the hitters he's going to face up in the 10th inning, but that's why they're 1-7 in 1-run ball games. Well, this is a 1-run ball game, and it's far from over.
Vladimir Ballantyne, 3 strikeouts on the night. Here's the 1-0. And a called strike. One and 2 the count on Ballantyne, with Yuniesky Betancourt to follow here in the Seattle half of the 10th inning. Masa Kobayashi deals. It's too low. Shattered the bat, almost got Kobayashi.
He had to get out of the way. Yeah, he was going to try to make a play.
Cabrera throws him out, but the barrel of the bat was too close for Kobayashi's comfort.
Yeah, again, another bat just flying out at one of the players. Boy, this one jams him. Look at deep. And he's lucky he kept his eye on that. That was awfully close.
Yeah, initially he was going after the ball, and then, whoa, get out of the way.
He stopped just in time. He picked up the bat better than he picked up the ball, that's for sure.
And with 2 down, Betancourt will step in 0 for 3.
You know, the scary thing about this, the Indians as a team have given up 31 homers this year. 14 have come from the 7th inning on. You know, late in the ball game, when either teams can either climb back into the game or take the lead. But 14 have also tied the game or put them ahead.
A lot of game changers.
Yeah, that's what it is. Game changers is right. That's one thing that they were so good at last year as far as allowing home runs.
Now the 1-1. Well, it's also something the Indians were very good at last year at home, and that is coming from behind and winning in their last at bat.
Especially here.
A lot of the
early.
dramatics.
Yeah.
You're going to have to do it again tonight.
You know, and you can live with a home run, you know, given up. Guy's going to hit him. I mean, because that's what they do. It's the first run that was given up in the 9th inning that's tough to live with.
That's why we're here to begin with.
Well, that's exactly right. That's the tough one to deal with. That was a run given to them when you were 2 outs away from taking the game.
Here is the 2-2. Full count. It winds up as an earned run because of the base hit with 2 outs by Beltre, but who knows how that bat goes if Ichiro's already thrown out at that corner.
Yeah.
Or he's still standing on third
totally.
base maybe. Different situation altogether. Payoff pitch to Betancourt. Delucci reached up and snared it. Otherwise, Betancourt's still running. Well, we go to the bottom of the 10th. Tribe down 2-1. Last chance for the Tribe now to tie it or win it. But they'll have to do it against J.J. Putz. Mariners closer on for just the 5th time this year.
He was on the DL with right side inflammation, where the cartilage attaches to the rib. And I'll tell you, boy, this guy is one of the best. He's usually a lights-out closer. With him out of there, it knocked their ranks, everybody out of position in their bullpen, and they struggled for a long time. But they got the big man back, and hopefully he's going to make a mistake here, or they can get something going. He's recorded 78 saves over the last 3 seasons.
Travis Hafner looks at a strike.
Well, I remember when this J.J. Putz was coming up, you know, he was in the bullpen, always had a great arm. you know, and found ways to get beat like a lot of young pitchers do in the bullpen. But boy, what a mentality he has now. He's developed that closer mentality with great stuff.
J.J. Putz grew up in Trenton, Michigan. Was drafted by the White Sox in the 3rd round back in 1995 out of high school. But he said, they always tell you never take the first offer, so we didn't, and the White Sox never called back. So he wound up enrolling at the University of Michigan. And as much as I hate to admit it, him being a Wolverine and all, he's a pretty good guy. We got a chance to meet him when we were out in Arizona for the Ohio State National Championship game a few years ago.
About 86 miles per hour. There are nice people north of the border. What are you talking about?
Here's the set and the 1-2.
Emergency swing there. You know, you look for that splitter because it's so good, and then at 94, 95 gets on you in a hurry. That's exactly what this is called, emergency swing. Take it out of the catcher's glove. And hope nobody was sitting in the seat that landed in.
The 1-2. Struck him out with a high heat. One down in the 10th. And it will bring up Ryan Garko.
Well, elevates the fastball, changes the eye level. That ball not even close. I mean, if you're going to sit there and look for one of his splitters, that you certainly can't swing at the fastball. It's going to be above the belt. That's there's no chance there.
Garko with a base hit.
That's a nice swing.
And the Indians have the tying run aboard here in the bottom of the 10th, and we'll see what Eric Wedge decides to do now.
Well, you would think a pinch runner.
Here comes Jamie Carroll.
You got to get a pinch runner in there. Here comes Jamie Carroll. He put a nice swing on that ball. He sat there, looked for the fastball, got it in the zone, a nice, level, easy swing for Gart. So he got a pair of hits tonight, got him going a little bit. Hit one ball on the nose. Look at fastball right there. He was going to try and get ahead of Gart. He said, Good swing. Head down. Only hit number 5 for the Tribe.
You already talked about the difference maker for J.J. Putz, and that's that splitter that he throws. It's a pitch that kind of developed late for him, but it really made the difference in his career to this point.
Yeah. That could turn you in from a regular bullpen guy to a closer.
Well, he says, coming up through the minor leagues and even when he got to the big leagues, always had the dynamite fastball. His curveball was just okay, but it wasn't really a go-to pitch. And he fooled around with a splitter, but it was never any good. And one day, Eddie Guardado, who's one of the nicest guys in the game, suggested he alter the grip a little bit. And he said, the first one I threw just fell off the table, and I knew I had something.
Well, that's what it takes. A veteran around there to maybe help you, teach you. Guardado was a closer for the Twins for a while. He ended up signing out there with Seattle before he hurt his arm. Now he's with Cincinnati, and God only knows where he's at now. But, that made the difference. And it's a field pitch, the splitter is.
It's also one of those pitches that when it's a mistake, it goes a long way, too. We've seen that.
Yeah, that's right. Guardado's now in Texas. I can't keep track of him.
He's moved around a lot now.
Are you kidding me? He's like a nomad everywhere.
1-1 to Goot. Out it back.
Got one
That's
there.
The one.
See, those are the ones when you get a mistake from a guy like that, you don't want to foul him up. I don't know if that was a split or not. Let's see. Yeah, it was.
That's
yeah,
what we were just
now
talking
that's
about.
middle of the plate, belt high. That's one where look at that's a great shot, guys. Where it's split between the fingers, he hung it and got away with it. Well, that's one where you take advantage of because you may not see another one. I guarantee this next one will be in the dirt.
Just talked about it, too, and there it was.
Well, it's going to be a good pitch to take off on. Might be in the dirt. Oh, they know something. They're just holding it. Timeout. Yeah, you got to call. He got the sign from the dugout, just hold it. Because they felt the same way that this guy may run in this. He hung it. The next pitch, the next splitter he throws will be down. He may change his eye level and go upstairs right here. But the next splitter he throws will not be up where Goot just fouled it off.
Now the set on the 1-2 pitch. Maybe. Here it comes. And Goot signals on the right side of the infield. It will go through. Carroll will stop at second base.
No, he had a chance. They've got good arms in the outfield, but he had a chance to get to third.
So first and second, one out here in the bottom of the 10th.
He had a good fastball away. He stayed on it. That's where Goot did a nice job. There you go. In comes Valentine. I think he should have tried to go to third. I really do. You got to force that guy to make a good throw. He's at second before he even gets to the ball. And then hesitant, and Skinner's holding him. You know, there's one out. That's what I don't like. That's when you can afford to try and take a chance with one out. You never make that first out or third out at third base. But you could certainly go ahead because if he tries to throw through, Gutierrez has enough speed to get into scoring position if they overthrow the cutoff.
As Drupal Cabrera is the batter. Mired in an awful slump where he's 0 for 3 tonight.
Well, this is where this kid,
last 14
you know,
overall.
you throw those numbers out because this is where this kid shined last year when his team needed a spark.
Absolutely.
He was always seemed to be at the right place at the right time, and it's something like this that can take you out of this little slump you've been in. It gets your heart pumping. It gets you in a situation you're facing the best. Why not do it?
Outside, 2-0.
Patience is good. Well, and you've got good speed at first base, too. If he finds a gap, because Ichiro's playing so shallow in center, you score from first.
What we've
Easy.
seen from Cabrera, too, is now he's got to stay patient. And he's chased a lot
that's
of
right.
those bad pitches out of the strike
2-0
zone.
count, yes. You just stay within yourself. Now, that zone should get a little smaller for you as a hitter, not expanded. There
Outside,
you go.
3-0. You almost become like a keyhole hitter where you're looking for just one certain
spot.
zone. Yeah.
One spot, one pitch. If you don't get it, now he's taking all the way. He's got to take a couple.
Puts pretty much knows he's got a free pitch here. Let's see if he lays it in there. Called strike, but it looked high.
Yeah, it might have
initially.
been. It might have been. He hasn't been calling that high strike tonight, and that time he did. 3-0. The old automatic, and he's barking about it, and he should be. You know what? He was not calling the high fastball tonight.
That's
not out of the zone. I agree with you. Well, it's 3-0. He thinks it's automatic, and it's not.
Not the way he's been calling
He
it all
should be
night.
at first base. Same pitch.
Now they're loaded, officially. And you couldn't ask for a better hitter at the plate, probably, because even though Grady Sizemore's 0 for 4 tonight, he already has 4 hits in the series, and Sizemore on the year batting .375 with runners in scoring position. And not only that, they're loaded now.
Well, you've got the right guy up. Exactly right. You got your best going against their best. You got back-to-back singles. He got his first strikeout with Hafner. The bottom part of the lineup did their job. They got on base. They're a hit away from winning this ball game.
Grady Sizemore is 2 for 3 on the year already with the bases loaded.
Well, right now, the least you want to do is get a ball that you can hit. You got to lay off his high fastball. Goot got picked on a low fastball, hit it to right. You got to find a way to put this ball in play and at least get that runner in from third base.
Bases loaded and 1 out. Carroll at third, Gutierrez at second, Cabrera at first. They're in at the cut of the grass at the corners on the infield. Middle infield is double play dead.
He's struggling to find a strike zone, man. He's upstairs with everything.
Sizemore trying to be the hero here in the bottom of the 10th. Indians looking for some of that Jacobs Field karma that worked so well a year ago.
They could use it. They could use it right here.
Here's the rally pie when you need it.
Yeah, that's right. That was big last year.
Puts ready. High, 2-0.
Got another pitch up there. He's not going to get it if you lay off of it. You got to make him come down in the zone. And Grady, disciplined enough up there, he will. He's got a good eye.
Now this crowd of just a little over 15,000, many of them on their feet, stomping and clapping, hoping to see Sizemore send us home happy. Tried down 2-1, bottom of the 10th, the 2-0 pitch. Just foul down that first base side by a few inches.
Boy, he wasn't going to give him that 2-0 pitch, was he? He was ready for it, put a good swing on it. He was a foot or two away from ending it.
This is how close we were. Just foul.
That's close.
Sizemore still in a good hitter's count at 2-1. Jojima went out to the mound for a brief visit after the foul ball. 3-1.
Well, Grady's going to do the same thing he did 2-0. I'm looking for the fastball, and I'm going to put a good swing on it down if I get it. Other than that, he'll be taken unless he gets that fastball down.
Bases loaded, 1 out, last of the 10th. The Indians down just 1. The 3-1. High ball 4. We're tied at 2. Bases still loaded. Sizemore's 14th RBI of the year.
Well, you see, Grady has the patience. He had one pitch in that at-bat, and he swung it on the 2-0 count. But now they're the same situation. Bases loaded, still just 1 out. The outfield are going to have to, they got to come way in because they can't take a chance. They do have good arms, but Ichiro in center, he's going to be shallow. Everybody coming in. Infield in to cut it off at the plate, outfield in.
Casey Blake will be the batter.
Goot's on
Decent
third.
fly ball wins the game here.
Oh, yeah, Goot's on third. He's a good base runner.
Infield in, cut of the grass. They're hugging the line. Swing and a miss. Blake doubled back in the 6th, but he has struck out 3 times tonight. That's what you can ill afford here.
Yeah, you've got to put the ball in play.
In the dirt and a good stop by Jojima.
See, that next splitter he threw, that might have been the last one since he hung one to Goot there. Boy, and you know when you call that as a catcher in this situation, you anticipate that ball going in the dirt. in case you do have to block it. He did a nice job.
So the count 1-1. Outfield shallow, infielders in. Casey Blake must feel like he's truly playing in a bandbox right now. The 1-1. Oh, did he change speeds? That was a splitter and a beauty.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the nasty one. That's not for a strike. Boy, all of a sudden the bottom drops out. Way out in front. All right, so now he's got a battle. He has got to find a way. He can go one of two ways. Throw that high fastball about letter high and try and throw it by him, or come right back with another splitter.
Puts with a 1-2. Fouled out of play. Casey stays alive.
That's exactly what he just said. Let's go. Put the bat on the ball.
Blake knows what he's got to try to do here. Puts. Walked the last two. But he's ahead of Blake. A ball and 2 strikes. And he strikes him out.
Got him to swing at that split the last 2 times.
So the base is still loaded, but now 2 down. And it will be up to David DeLucci.
There it is. You'll see him bounce in the dirt. You don't pick up the spin on that pitch, and you're thinking he's throwing 96, and the bottom just falls out. They're also alive and heads up at third base for that ball in the dirt. You see it get away, you take off. Now everybody can move back with 2 outs and play it at any base.
Now Puts, he deals. Swung on and missed.
He's got a feel for that splitter again. That's the pitch you take. If you get that pitch, if they can pick up the spin on the ball.
Last year, on the 1st of June, David DeLucci delivered a game-winning hit right here against Detroit, and the Indians last at bat.
Was that Todd Jones, or was that an extra inning game?
Todd Jones. Trying to do it this year on the 1st of May. The 0-1 high. Lucci looking for a base hit to win it. Called strike on another pitch that looked high.
And David's going to tell him about it. He has not called that pitch all night. And again, he's going to get a break here. You cannot give him that pitch when he's throwing that split down there. You just can't do it. That's not a strike. They've been laying off it all night. Both sides I'm talking about.
And we play on. Indians come back and tie it. But they had a chance to put it away. Couldn't do it. So we go to the 11th. Tied at 2. on. Go to the 11th inning as you look at the STO suite. Folks getting some bonus baseball tonight. Jamie Carroll stays in. He'll play third. Blake scoots over to first. Masa Kobayashi on for a second inning of relief. He surrendered the go-ahead homer for the moment to Richie Sexson, but then retired the side in order after that. Imagine these two have a history dating back to their days in Japan.
Yeah.
Kobayashi versus Suzuki.
Well, and it was Ichiro that got it started in the ninth inning off Betancourt, got the base hit. He went to second base on a wild pitch. Ended up stealing third and scoring on an error.
Cabrera throws out Suzuki. One down here in the 11th. Going to bring up Jose Lopez, who is 0 for 4 tonight.
Number 4, Jose Lopez.
Odd night for J.J. Putz when you consider he walked 2, loaded the bases, and struck out the side.
3, yeah.
It just took him a while to find it. That's a base hit for Lopez, his first hit of the night, and that keeps his hitting streak alive. He's now hit in 11 in a row.
Well, it took him extra innings, but he realized as soon as that ball went up the middle, he clapped his hands. He kept it going. A low fastball. So a 1-out single here in the 11th.
Jensen Lewis warming for the Indians in their bullpen. Kobayashi has made 22 pitches to this point, now facing Raul Ibanez with one away. Ibanez 1 for 4. Back over the screen. Raul Ibanez. Waiting an 0-2 pitch now. He golfs it into left field. Mariners at first and second. Lopez takes a look, but Bellucci got to it quickly. So back comes Seattle.
Now he hits a good pitch. That ball's down. That's a terrific job of going down and hitting the ball. Maybe out of the strike zone, stayed on it. Slaps it the other way. He took exactly what the pitcher gave him, and that's just good hitting right there by Ibanez. So back-to-back singles. Now they have a chance to take the lead, getting into the 4, 5, 6 hitters. And good guys coming up.
Adrian Beltre 1 for 4, singled his last time up. Seattle had been 0 for 8, according to Tommy Bowe, with runners on base. Well, they didn't have a whole lot of base runners tonight up until the 9th inning.
Right. And every hit that they've had, other than that Sexton home run in the 10th, they've all been singles.
And it's 2-0 now on Beltre. Beltre in a good hitter's count now. He was trying to put a 3 spot up on the board, and it's 2-1. We have seen him really turn it loose a couple of times here tonight.
Well, you get the count in your favor.
Sure.
You get 2-0. Why not take a chance at it? That's what you do.
Double play ball. 6-4-3 twin killer. Peralta to Cabrera to Blake, and Kobayashi gets out of it. We go now to the bottom of the 11th, tied at 2. Eleventh inning, Indians coming to bat. And a new pitcher now for Seattle. It'll be Mark Lowe, the
Yes, it
right-hander.
will. Lowe coming on for the 12th time 1-1 record. He did pitch once in the first game. Indians now with another chance. It's going to be Martinez, Peralta, and Hafner.
That leaves 3 guys left in the Mariners bullpen. Victor Martinez, 1 for 4 with a double. Valentine, 1 away. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Well, there he just, you try and end it. You get into extra innings and you try and hit home runs instead of working a count. You need base runners. He went up there cheating on a pitch and trying to hit one out, and he hasn't hit one all year.
Johnny Peralta hitless tonight, 0 for 3. 0 for 7 in the series. Johnny 1 hit in his last 17 at bats. Peralta will be followed by Hafner here in the Indians' half of the 11th. Outside, and the count 1-2. Mark Lowe, 24-year-old right-hander out of Houston, Texas. It's even at 2-2. He was a 5th-round pick of the Mariners back in 2004. And now it's a full count. So after being down 0-2, Peralta showing some patience here. And the payoff pitch. High ball 4 and a 1-out walk will bring up Travis Hafner with a winning run down at first base. That's got to be frustrating for Mel Stoudemire when you got a guy down on the count. You want to bury him and put him away.
And a guy that doesn't like to walk, Peralta. That's just the 7th time this year that he has walked. So if it's close, he's going to swing it. But now you've got the hole open over there on the right side for Hafner. The outfield going to play very deep, protect the gaps, keep the ball in front of him.
Ball 1. Just a bit outside, 2-0. Back in 2006, Mark Lowe, after being drafted in the 5th round in 2004, got to the big leagues and went 17 2/3 consecutive shutout innings to start his professional big league career. Oh, Hafner wants that one back. He had a pitch to hit and fouled it off, and he knew it.
Mm. 2-0 fastball, low. Likes that ball down, and that was off his foot. That's what
that's why he was yelling.
Yeah, what? Because he didn't hit it out. Hit it off his foot.
Ouch!
The front hoof. That hurts. He thought he swung it.
I wanted that pitch. No, it was ouch. That hurt. Still in a good hitter's count here, 2-1. Oh, he threw it by him, and it's 2-2. Peralta still down at first with 1 out. And a 2-2 count on Hafner now.
There
in
you
the
go.
air, right field.
Go to third.
Base hit. It's going to drop. Peralta around second. He will get into third easily. Hafner into second with a 1-out double. Just went the other way on the inside-out swing. Dumped it down into shallow left field. And now the Indians, for the 2nd inning in a row, have a chance to end it with a fly ball.
Well, he changed up on him is what he did. He hit it where they weren't. Travis's 2nd double tonight, and they were playing so deep. Boy, as a base runner, you knew it was going to fall, so you just start running. It was a good pitch, a changeup down and away. Looked like he swung and missed at the changeup prior to that. That's why they came back with it. So that'll fall. Now you go at Carroll and say bring the infield in, the outfield in. And you got Gutierrez on deck, so they're going to let they want that outfield come on in. Carroll's a pretty tough at bat. He usually finds a way to get his bat on the ball.
And as you said, that's what you're looking for. Put the ball in play.
That's right. Even with the infield in, he's a tough out. He should put the ball in play.
And 3 sack flies with Colorado last year. That would win it here. Now evens up a ball and a strike. They've gone to the bottom of the ninth in New York. Tigers lead at 8-4. Well, they really beat up the Yankees pitching.
Yes, they sure have.
Here a chance once again for the Tribe to win this game. Second and third, one out. Last of the 11th. The 2-2. Off his foot, foul. And now down on the count, a ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, he's having a little clubhouse meeting with himself right there. You can see him talking to himself. Now Lowe's got a couple of pitches to work with.
Again, that outfield for the Mariners very shallow. 1-2. Hit him, bases loaded.
Yeah, you know, see right there, he was just trying to go inside, get him to swing at a pitch. In essence, it doesn't hurt him anymore because he's on first base. Now they've got the double play. Same thing as they had last inning. But what would a day be without an Indian player getting hit? So you might as well have to get one. It was that two-seamer. Carroll takes it, goes to first base.
Now with Gutierrez at the plate, here is the question. Your middle infielders, you back them up a little bit,
well,
still playing
let's
in.
See, McLaren's going to go get the right-hander. He's going to he wants somebody else in there. So we'll have to wait and see. I mean, a ground ball pitcher, who's he bringing in?
It's either Beck or Green. We'll wait and see.
It would have to be Green, I would think, because Beck was in here, was it last night?
We got a timeout. Bases loaded, 1 out, tied at 2. The field. It is 2-2. Bases loaded for the Tribe. 1 out. Yeah, it's the same thing we had last inning.
Right. That's right. Second straight inning where the Indians have a chance to put this game out of touch.
Only this time it's Sean Green, not J.J. Putz, and he's having a terrific year.
Well, look how many games he's been in for Seattle. I mean, this guy is having a good year. He can induce a ground ball double play. What they're looking for, should they choose to play back. Gutierrez runs pretty well. The last inning, the infielders were in. They wanted to cut the runoff at home plate. We'll see what the middle guys do.
Jason Michaels has come on a pinch run for Johnny Peralta at third. Try to get a little more speed there on a fly ball to tag him up, get him home. So the bases loaded for Franklin Gutierrez. Goot had a base hit his last time up when he punched one through the right side. Richie Sexton trying to close that hole on the right side. He's well off the line. Infield, middle infielders, you can see him cut of the grass. They're not double play depth. And Goot fouls it away. So their mission right here is get the out at home.
Yeah, for the Indians, hey, let's just get it over with. Put the ball in play. Boy, they're struggling to get the runs in.
And the 0-1.
There you see that sinker. That's why they went to this guy. He has a possibility of getting that ball on the ground, keeping it out of the air.
0-2 the count on Gutierrez, with Cabrera in the on-deck circle.
Well, Gut singled last time on a 1-2 fastball from Putz the other way, but they started him in. They didn't give him much swinging room in the first 2 pitches. Way off. Oh, what a mistake. That's another punt he got away with. You see where Jojima was set up. He wanted it way off the plate, and look where he hangs it. I mean, he missed his target by a lot. A lot of times it's a side armor. He got under it. That was a spinner right there.
0-2 the count on Goot.
Cement mixer.
Indians looking for their first hit on the homestand with the bases loaded. 0 for 7.
You don't even need a hit. That's where he wanted to pitch before that.
2 down. And once again, the outfield and the infielders back up. Cannot put the ball in play.
Well, there you see that's.
Well, he got his mistake.
Overmatched.
Got his mistake.
Yeah, but I mean that right there is overmatched. Not even close. Everybody's trying so hard to get this guy in instead of just relaxing. And, you know, you got 17 inches of plate to cover.
Cabrera, line drive, base hit. Indians win it. Here comes Michaels. 3-2 Cleveland. Finally, it's Cabrera who delivers the big hit for the Indians. Their first hit in 9 tries with the bases loaded on this homestand, and it couldn't have come at a better time.
Well, look at last year. This is the guy. This is what could get him off the side. He walked in the 10th inning with a chance to do it, to win the game. He didn't in the 11th, though. He comes right back and gets the game winner. That was a huge hit. And if the Mariners would have escaped that jam, that would have been a big momentum swing. But Cabrera, the hero tonight.
And that brings us to our AmTrust Bank save of the game. And of course, it says Dribble Cabrera.
Well, that's right. We're just going to show you a little replay of the swing. He got a little sinker. He realized it, drove it up the gap, drives in the winning run. That's going to be our AmTrust Bank save of the game.
The AmTrust Gold Savings Account is a regular everyday savings account with one huge difference. It lets you earn a big 3.5% interest for the first 90 days, and it only takes $500 to get started. To open a gold savings account, call, click, or come in today. Newest location now open on Detroit Road in Westlake across from the Promenade. Back with the Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care postgame show after Al gets us up to date at the Ford Sports Update Desk.